Hey, everybody. Good morning. It is the end of May almost. What is today? Today is May the 26th. Wow. Yes, of course it is because I have a wedding to go to tonight. And I'm just going to add some links while people are signing in of ways that you can support this channel. Obviously, you can send me a donation to where did my live stream go? There we go. To my PayPal. Those are direct donations, and you can subscribe to my website and get yourself if you're a beginner, get yourself a free ebook download that I wrote 5 years ago, but it's still all relevant. Very important tips on getting started. And you can also use my Amazon link if you're ordering anything from Amazon. Just put this link in first, and anything you buy either in my storefront or outside of my storefront, any other item that you search for, I will get a small percentage. And of course, the best way to support me is to become a patron. And I want to give a shout out to my newest patron, and that is Cheryl. And I am very grateful for Cheryl. And I think those are all my links. Let's see, did I get everything? Yes. Okay. So that's PayPal, Amazon, Patreon, and oh yeah, my marketing. Hey everybody. Hey Maria. Thank you, Maria. Yes, the loofah video is obviously my most popular video, and there's a reason for that. The reason is that my YouTube partner shared it on Twitter, and it got picked up and noticed by YouTube, and YouTube started recommending it. And so people all over the world, and by the way, Maria, tell me where you're writing from. People all over the world, from countries I'd never heard of or islands that I've never heard of, wrote me about my loofah video. So I was very grateful for that, and I wish it would happen more often. Good morning, Ecocentric Homestead. Hi, James. Ivandi, good morning. Oh my goodness, 50 pole bean plants. That's a lot. You've obviously got some space, Ivandi. Can you let me know where you're writing from? Ivandi says she or he, I'm not sure, is a relatively new subscriber. That's fantastic. California, no kidding. Okay, hey Graham. Hi from the UK and hello back. Leeds. I was just reading about Leeds yesterday. What's happening in Leeds? Oh, I think it was the climate, the kids. Pretty sure it was the Friday strike for climate with the kids in Leeds. Tell me if I'm right about that. I'm sure because I follow all that. Greta from Sweden, I follow her every move. And good morning, Portia. Portia is a wealth of information. Anybody, if you have questions about ground cover, she's the gal. A lot of other things too. But good morning, Nancy. San Diego. I hope to see you in November, Nancy. You know, I think I told you I was going to be in San Diego in November, just for briefly, an overnight thing. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I was just hearing from Jamila about climate change, which is going to obviously affect our coasts, and island nations first and foremost. Good morning, Ruth. Oh, too much rain. That's too bad. Utah. Oh, I'm going to be in Salt Lake in July. Ruth, are you in Salt Lake? I'm coming for the Young Living Grand Convention. Young Living is the essential oil company that I am a distributor. I've been using Young Living products for many years, and I'm just decided to build a business of my own and see how that can go. So I'm going to attend the Grand Convention in Salt Lake City in July. So if anybody's interested in being on my team, and learning more about Young Living Essential Oils, I just put the link at the top of the chat. It's called kcottrell.marketingsense.com. Good morning, Maggie. Good morning, Deep South Bama, Mr. Tom. I haven't heard from you in a long time. How are you? You used to write me these paragraphs on every video, and then I didn't hear from you for a while. I hope you're well. And Brian from New Jersey. Hi, Brian. I've been in communication with my friend Mary in New Jersey, and she was telling me that her yard is completely overgrown. And I said, well, I can probably compete with that, although a lot of hers are weeds. And I know weeds can get away from you in a lot of places. Southeast US Zone 8A, beans love. Yes, yes. I have beans. I have some black turtle beans growing right now in my raised bed. Hi, Ruth. Let's see. Ruth is, yes. Okay. Too much rain in Jersey. Okay. Hi, Bobby. Oh, this is Bobby. Okay, everybody. Let's see. Okay, so Mr. Tom, I take it from your comment. Hold that thought, Bobby. I take it from your comment that you were not well, and that is probably why I haven't heard from you in a long time. So you'll have to leave me a message underneath this video when we get done. By the way, I'm not going to go for a long time today. I'm just going to try to do just an hour. I do have a wedding. I've got to drive out. It's an hour away, and I'm going to spend the night, and I've got a lot of preparation to do, and I really need to do some gardening. And I also need to shoot a garden update. Wow, I've got so much to do. Let's see. Bobby is a longtime subscriber, but first-time communicator with me, and I wanted to just give him a shout out. You know, I love to shout out to people who write me, especially when I've done something that's meaningful to them. And Bobby wrote me this week and said, hi, my name is Bobby. I'm 34 years old, a registered nurse from Worcester. I'm sure I'm not saying that right. Mass, Zone 5. I think that's the same as Chicago, which is so harsh. I've been a nurse for about 13 years, and I started watching your channel a few years ago, and I'm a loyal viewer. I was on medical leave for a back injury in 2016 and caught on to watching YouTube and came across your channel. You really are the one who inspired me to start organic gardening. In particular, your pepper videos won me over. The first year I started late and could only get plant starts. I started everything from seed the second growing season. That's brave. That's brave. I think I did that. And it's just gotten better from there. My garden has gotten bigger and bigger each year, and I'm sure this year will follow the same pattern. Let me read you what all he's got growing. And this is just since 2016, people. So it is definitely possible to start and quickly get into the game of gardening. And 10 varieties of tomatoes, 27 varieties of peppers, 7 of which he overwintered, 2 varieties of eggplant, onions, leek, shallots, garlic, saffron crocuses. I've never done that. Strawberries, raspberries, a new apple tree, rhubarb. Oh, I tried rhubarb once. That didn't go well. Calendula is another problem. Lemon balm, blue hyssop. I've wanted hyssop so badly. 10 varieties of basil, Meyer lemon, a lemon tree in Massachusetts. That sounds like a misnomer to me. New pink guava, Calamandin orange, dwarf moringa that he grew from seed, an Olympian fig, strawberries, and some garden berries. And he thinks he's leaving things out. Gardening has led him to drying, canning, and fermenting his produce. Someday he hopes to homestead. I just wanted to send you a message and say hello. I will always continue to watch your channel. I feel like there's so much to say that it's hard to choose. Thank you for starting your channel and sharing your experience. So I had to share that because that just made my day. So thank you, Bobby. And I know Bobby Nark is right in the chat there. So say hello to Bobby. He's a new chat person. Joining the chat for the first time. Let's see. How are we doing? And Cheryl, if you just joined, I just gave you a shout out for becoming my newest patron of my channel. And yes, his yard must be beautiful. I never had even heard of dwarf moringa till he wrote me that. And Ruth is impressed, Bobby. So people are saying hello to everybody, and I am very interested in knowing about your condition, Mr. Tom. And who else did I miss? Anybody? Let's see. Jamila is there from Trinidad, and Graham. Graham, what are you growing in Leeds, UK? Tell us about it. Right, leave a comment there. And you'll see all of my, if you see all of my yellow, I assume they're yellow on your side, all of my links are highlighted. Well, I guess it's everything that I write you is highlighted. I mean, my name is highlighted, so anything under that, is a comment from me. Those are all my links, how to get in touch with me. And until someone else has a question or a comment, I am going to mulberries. Oh, Daryl. Good morning, Daryl. Well, that brings me to my point. This is my first blueberry harvest of the year. And because you all saw me wrap those 2 blueberry bushes in red foil just as before they were ripening, I was able to get blueberries this size. That has never happened. Never happened. Let's see if there's a bigger one. I mean, I don't even want to eat them because they're so, yeah, that one's even bigger. A little bit bigger. See, I am so excited. Might as well taste one, right? Let's taste one. So sweet. I just want to tell you, this is May 26th, and it's 56 degrees. Yes, I live in Southern California. There's no explaining it. I am wearing a cashmere sweater, a flannel shirt, and a turtleneck. Because last week, I sat out here with a flannel shirt and this sweater, and I went in frozen to the core. Oh my gosh, Daryl, that was it. It went away too fast in my mouth. That's just, I know, Ruth. I'm so excited, and that's not all. I would say that I probably have this many more out there ready. I just wanted to film a little clip for a garden update. And so I didn't have time to do it all because I wanted to start on time. So that's what I'm doing today. And my essential oil of choice today is peppermint. Peppermint, it's interesting about peppermint. It's warming and cooling. If you massage it on your body, it heats things up. It's cooling and warming. It's so interesting. But I put a couple of drops in my tea because with this kind of cool, weird weather, the sinuses get kind of all, you get a little drippy in the nose and the sinuses get kind of stuffed up and you're simultaneously dripping and anyway, the peppermint in your tea seems to help. Good morning, Nancy. 95. Holy cow, at 8 in the morning, that's hot. Hey, Bigfoot Urban Farm in Phoenix, it was 65 this morning. This is Tina, folks, from Phoenix. I've met many Phoenix gardeners, and they're all wonderful, but for some reason, only a couple of them tune in to my live streams. So Tina, I want to give you a big shout out and say thank you. Vitamins and green tea. Good. And Portia is reminding everybody to do that. So thank you. Uh, I wanted to mention that I get sent things and I love to open them on my live streams because it makes people feel good, for one thing, the people that send them. And this is something I have never used, and I want to know if you have. I got this week, and I do hope, I talk to so many people, and I do hope there's a note in here so that I can acknowledge. Ah, I know that a person named Ni sent it to me. But what is the company? Let's see. It's Sensei Tools, Hori digging knife. So I've never used a Hori digging knife. It feels almost dangerous to even, for me, to handle it. Now, Daryl, you probably have one of these. See if I can open this without obliterating the plastic. No, I don't see how to do that. Oh, wait. This is a Hori knife for gardening, and this company sent this to me to try. And, I thought it's best for Eric to try it because he would have had experience with all kinds of knives and machetes, not me. So it has this nice case, and that you can put, I guess, you put this through your belt. Not that I wear a belt, but if you did, woo! Okay, that looks awesome. So has anybody used one of these? And it's made in Taiwan. Okay. And it's called Sensei. Sensei. I hope that's not backwards. Sensai. And there is a measuring, a 1 through 6 inch measuring ruler on that, so you know how far down you're going. Thank you, Tina. Let's see. What did Nancy just say? I missed it. Hey, Dennis. Hey, Eric. Let's see. Vignesh Unithon. Where are you writing from? I don't recognize your name. And Carmen, Puerto Rico. Fantastic. Let's see. How do you use the peppermint to help chickens stay cool? That's interesting. Hi, Dennis. So glad you're tuning in. Been busy in the yard. Yes. And how is the condition, if you know what I mean? Hi, Eric. 53 degrees. So everybody's about in the same boat except for, who is it? Is it Cheryl that's got the 95-degree weather? Hi, Therese Griffon, 82 on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Oh my goodness. I remember, I'm from Tennessee, and I know my mother would go down and just work from like 6:30 to like, 8:30, and she would have to go back to her apartment and shower. Yes. Yes, Dennis, this is for, I would think this was for cutting some serious weeds, to tell you the truth. This has a jagged edge, and this has a smooth, very sharp edge. You know what? I'm going to put that back into its holder and be safe on that. So look for an update on us using this beautiful knife that Nee sent me from Sensei Tools, Hori digging knife. Okay, guys, so there's the knife, and let's see. How do you use it, Eric? Um, yes, Nancy. I don't know. I mean, obviously, you can get it on Amazon. And what I'll do is I will add this to my. Maybe I already have. No, I don't know. I can't remember if I have. Add this to my storefront. My Amazon link is at the top of the chat, but I will add it. A kitchen knife. Let's see. Thank you, Tina. Well, 87 is typical for Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, I believe. Um, oh, Silver Garcia. Where are you writing from? I planted ginger last year. I actually bought plants, planted them out in my sunniest spot, did not do well. And transplanting. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, so Alabama and Georgia is really, really hot right now. Everybody is reporting in that it's very hot over there, and it's very cool over here. So even in Phoenix, it's cool. It's crazy, but yeah. Okay, so I just wanted to mention that I had an interesting day yesterday. I had uh, Tammy and Steve visit my garden yesterday, and Tammy's been watching my channel since the very first video and had never written me. And they were visiting Los Angeles, and she sent me a note and said, "Can we come and visit your garden?" I said, "Absolutely." And what I'm doing, and I talked about this once before, and people were enthusiastic about this. If you recall, if you were on those live chats, I was thinking about doing garden visits at my garden this summer, and having maybe 4 to 5 people, maybe 6 people come at a time. I have a very compact garden. It's currently a total jungle. Um, but because of the way my property is laid out, you can get through and tour my garden. You just can't plow through that section over there, which is all grown over. But we had a lovely time, and because it was the first one, she made a donation to my channel, which was great. And she went home with Sweet Annie plant and seeds and a piece of passion fruit vine. So you'll be seeing that in an upcoming video. Since it was the first one, I filmed it, and I'm working on editing that. So you'll be seeing that coming up next. But I wanted to just point out she has this. It's more than a hobby. It's a part-time business at home, making these paper flowers. Now look at that. Is that stunning? Now she uses crepe paper, but she colors it. So she has these beautiful colors, and then she made these leaves. This is actually a piece of eucalyptus that is preserved, and she has put it together in here in a little thing, and you set it in your kitchen, and it's just so lovely. And what I didn't realize, and a lot of people contact her for in the first year of a marriage. I don't know if I have any young married folks watching, but maybe I will in the replay. And in the first year of marriage, the year number 1 anniversary is paper. That none of those things ever happened to me, unfortunately. But I didn't even know that. But she goes back with a photograph and recreates the wedding bouquet in paper. It's stunning. And so of course she has an Etsy shop, and I'll be sharing that link. And just keep that in your mind if you know anybody that's got a first year anniversary coming up. What a fantastic gift that would be to have that wedding bouquet recreated for all time because paper lasts forever. um oh wow, I forgot to bring my seat pad. And this little iron seat in my cozy corner is not so cozy. Hold on. That's better. Okay, so yeah, this is yes. So um, that's what I'm thinking because, as most of you know, this could be my last season in this garden. I have no idea what my next garden is going to be or where it's going to be. No clue. But this would be a great time if you're in Los Angeles to visit my garden. So contact me down below and I'll give you the details. Probably going to do it every Saturday and Sunday for the rest of the season till through September. Uh, and I'll try to put groups of people together. I'm not going to do it through Airbnb experience because for one reason only. I would much prefer to do it that way. But right now I'm thinking I won't do it that way because they do not have a minimum. And to get to set aside a day to be here, give a tour, hand out plants, the whole thing, have a whole experience. I can't do that for two people. I just can't do that because there's so many things I need to be doing. So many that I don't even know I can do it all. Okay, Devil Dog. Let's see. I'm going to show this. Um, that's a uh, let's see. Good morning, Beth. Thank you for joining and remind me where you are. Okay, guys. Eric at Devil Dog Farm. I'm going to show this link. He is looking at he loves his Japanese sickle, and I'm going to show you this link. But please, if you want to order that, go through my link first and search for that. And what I'll do after this live stream is I will look up that link and add it to my storefront, because I said from the beginning, if there's any gardeners who have products that they have used and love, please leave me the links because I'll add it to my storefront. Obviously, I haven't used everything. I've used a lot of stuff in 7 years, but I haven't used everything. And so I want to share that particular store window on my storefront is called Fan Favorites. And so I already have a couple of fan favorites from Eric in there, and I'll add that one. Tina, you can get them from me if you send me a how do I say that? SASE, NSASE. And, or you can make a $5 or more donation to my channel and I'll send you a lot. And I can tell you right now that even though they're from 2016, I'm going to just grab this and show you. I put 3 seeds in several of these pots, and look at this. They're all coming up. What am I going to do? So I have a lot of loofah plants growing, and I have this idea, I'm always trying to figure out where's the sun, how can I grow one more thing? And of course, loofah is a long vine and it needs a big trellis of some kind. So there is a little bit of sun right there on the porch. I mean, it's just not much, but it's some sun. And if they get to be 10, let's see, what is that? 8 feet tall, then I can attach them to the gutter and just, have a little clippy thing all around the gutter, and it'll get full sun when the sun shines. It'll get full sun most of the day. Now it is 8:29 and the sun is obviously up, but it's completely overcast. And they said it might rain today again. And so that's the most important news I have is if anybody is visiting and wants to visit my garden and do that, that would be awesome. And leave me a comment about that if you're coming to LA. And Tina, you can write to me on my contact page at latebloomershow.com. Just send me a contact with your email, and I'll send you the information how to send that to me. Uh, Angie's Pantry. Why are you frowning? Um, you look sad. Is it something I said? I hope not. Green Zebra. Good morning, Luis. And Luis, if you guys remember, Luis visited my garden last fall and was the lucky recipient of a 5-gallon bucket of pineapple guavas and took them back to Long Beach. And I think you gave them out or you put them on Crop Swap. There's this great app, guys, called Crop Swap app, and you can get it on your smartphone if you have one. And I can't remember if it's a free app, Luis, or not, but it has all of these ways to connect with the people in your immediate vicinity. And like for example, I should have used it when I had all those pineapple guavas. Maybe somebody else had something to trade. There are urban gardeners here. I don't know many, but in fact, I don't know any in my neighborhood, but because there aren't any. Um, I know, Cheryl. It's insane. It's insane. I was literally frozen to my core sitting out here for an hour and a half last week. So I said I'm wearing an extra layer. Let's see. Cheryl, the guy in Tennessee is actually on this live chat. So if you have a question for him, his name is Daryl, and he is watching. And good morning, Deli Gardening. Hello to India. And yes, Angie, you have no idea. Um, that's what I thought. Hi, Shadow Wolf. Where are you from? And do you have a garden? I don't recognize your name. Um, where is Haffy? Haffy should be on. And you know what? Eric, where are you, Eric? Eric? I am Eric. Let's see. Eric, can you stay on for another half an hour? I just made you a moderator because I don't see any of my regular people. Haffy is usually here. Angie, everybody, I want you to just for a moment, Angie is my big pal in Kentucky. She wrote to me. She was the main reason I went to Ashland, Kentucky and made those 6 videos, met all those wonderful, wonderful people, saw the wonderful countryside. And I have not heard from Angie in almost 2 weeks, and I'm very concerned. This is the problem when I meet these people all over the place, and I only know that person. So if I don't hear from that person, I go, I don't know who to contact to find out about that person. So everybody sends some positive energy towards Ashland, Kentucky, and maybe Angie will um, hear it and feel it. Let's see. Cheryl, that's so much easier said than done. So much easier. I right now I have a lot of daikon radish seeds, but what am I going to be able to sell them for? And I have spent hours, countless hours, um, taking those out of the seed pods one by one. I know there's a faster way. Sharon Carson wrote and said that she puts the seed pods in a pillowcase and stomps on them. But I thought, well, just sorting all that out is going to be, I don't know. That seems to be labor intensive too. It's one thing to do that with coriander. Coriander is fantastic. because you literally can shake a bag and they're all seeds are all laying down in the corner when you're done shaking. But those seed pods of the radish, though, they are so nestled in those pods. You really have to dig them out, and there's all of this padding. So, um, yes, I could make my own brand, but I don't. I just don't have enough of any one particular thing to get any kind of consistent thing going. Right now, I could probably sell 15 packs of radish seeds, but how much money would I make on that? It's just like I mean, I've wondered about that because somebody wrote me in that I didn't know and asked for loofah seeds. And I said, if you make a $5 donation to my channel, I'm happy to send you a lot of loofah seeds. And they said, "I'll think about it." So I'm going, okay, if people don't want to spend $5, I mean, I've spent hours digging these seeds out. So you just have to say, what is it? Is it going to be cost effective to do that? I think you have to really be set up, be producing a lot of seeds. I mean, a lot of vegetables or annuals or whatever that produce a lot of seeds and have help. That's all I can I have when I collect seeds, I just have no idea how seed companies do it. I mean, obviously, they must have a lot of these mesh screens to filter out the chaff and all that, but it's interesting. Laguna Niguel, fantastic. What are you growing down in Laguna Niguel, Beth? Yes, Mr. Tom, you have. Um, that unless I believe in miracles, I do, and unless a miracle happens, I will have to move and sell this property. And so I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to start crying. So let's see. You could all be a Kaye seed exchange club. Yes. I mean, Daryl collects a lot of seeds because most of you have a season where you just sit and you do all the seed saving and you do all that. But here it's just, you have all winter to plan and do your seeds and all that. But here it's just, year round growing. And I think that's one reason people like my channel because they know something's always going on here year round. Just like Patrick in a 1 Yard Revolution, who's got a fantastic channel. We were in a lot of touch. No, we were in touch all the time in the first years of our channels because I was so admired him for his compact videos that had so much information in not that long of a time. I don't know what he's doing now. YouTube wants longer videos so they can have more ads. They can run more ads in videos. They want more videos, longer videos. So, content creators, oops, forgot to put this back on. I hope you could hear me. Content creators can get very burned out. You may have heard about content creator burnout. And because this is year round, it's year round gardening. Even though I have a small garden, I look out and I see 50 things that need doing. And I'm just going, okay, how many more days can I put that off? Those tomatoes are out of control. If you remember those two scrawny little stems that I overwintered from last year that were in the back, and I planted those, in February? Brought them around and planted them in the ground. They're like this big around each one. And I didn't do any pruning. I know that's against all professional gardening advice, but I didn't. Good morning, Denise. No, I know, Angie. I know everybody has their different things that they can grow. But Angie, um, I mean, not Daryl, sorry, Daryl. Patrick at 1 Yard Revolution is a great person to follow because you can see what he does. He's in zone 5B, I think, in Chicago area. and he has amazing production. And I think he's getting year-round production now, certainly of greens, because of his hoop houses and greenhouse that he built. Um, let's see. Oh, I'm behind here. Angie's Pantry. Yeah. Hey, 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 Happy. I was just saying, where is he? I had to make Eric a moderator, but I don't know if Eric is even there. Thank you, William. Um, Thank you, Angie. I appreciate that. I actually it was the sweetest thing. Somebody wrote me and they said they had set up a GoFundMe page. And I just felt a little guilty about that because, first of all, the property in this neighborhood is very expensive, just why I have to sell it, and why I won't be able to buy another place. But I mean, in Southern California, I won't be able to. Um, so that's why I don't know where I'm going to go or what I'm going to do. Anyway, he set up a GoFundMe and he wrote me and he said, I won't release it live until I hear from you that this is okay and that you want that. And I just felt a little guilty because, first of all, I would need so much money to be able to stay here, uh, that it's not even remotely feasible to raise that on a GoFundMe. And also, GoFundMe, I think, is really for emergency situations where people's house burns down and they need some furniture, and they need some emergency funds, or they have a hospital thing that they can't pay for, and they don't have insurance, and I just felt guilty about it, so I didn't do that. Um, but thank you, Angie, anyway. And congrats on selling Tupperware. Tupperware is fantastic. Love it. Um, right, Cheryl. I know. I know. I think James is in the same boat in St. Louis. He's on the chat here. You've got all that growing, Beth? Holy cow. Now, the thing is, I already forgot where you are. You just told me where you are. You're in Laguna Niguel, I think. Hey, traveling RV life. Is this is this my pal, or is this um tell me tell me your name, traveling RV life, and where are you traveling to right now, and are you doing any gardening? Well, if you want to save the seeds, Portia, I need to. I had all these, you know, pods, and I want one little package. So you've got to get rid of all that. Cool cucumbers. Thank you so much. Hey, Big Wave. Hey, Kevin in Big Wave, Florida. Thank you. I appreciate that. How you doing, Kevin? How's Florida? How's growing in Florida going? Uh, um, Portia, I got hairy vetch growing all over the place. But it volunteered up in containers. So it's growing in a number of containers, and it's starting to spread out. And I have to say, when you say phosphorus, um, how do you mean? What happens in the root zone provides the phosphorus from the hairy vetch? In other words, when you grow hairy vetch, it sort of takes over. So are you talking about when you cut it and you use it as mulch, which you can also do? I did a video on that. I have a hairy vetch video, and I'm going to put the link right up there. Um, But I had hairy vetch growing in my parkway garden before I put down wood chips. So that was different. Uh, let's see. Cora, thank you. And I appreciate that. I'm saying Cora, but it's Cora XIK. So, what is your name and where are you writing from? And I will try to remember. Um, I haven't been writing down my countries. I don't think we have too many countries today represented. We have Puerto Rico, Puerto, Ri- Puerto Rico. I'm pathetic. I'm sorry. And we have UK. I don't even think Laura is here from Canada. I mean, it is a holiday weekend, and I figured we wouldn't get very many people. Um, but if you are not in the US, quickly send me a thing and a comment and say, yes, you are, John, but I didn't see you until recently. Um, Daphne, Daphne, Texas, Texas gal, you're in Daphne, Texas. I remember your Texas gal name, but I don't remember your name. Unless your name is Daphne. Now I'm getting confused. Um, Oh my god. Again, sourdough pancakes again. You have to just put that you have to put that in my mind. Some things I can't unhear or unsee or unthink about. I'm gonna come to San Juan and I want some of those sourdough pancakes. Tell your brother, put me down, okay? All right, thanks, Eric. Um, John Haffey, John Haffey. Haffey is on board and he is watching out. Thank you so much for tuning in and bye Eric. Say bye to Eric, everybody. He's writing from San Juan Island, Washington. Good morning, Miss Valmark. I'm seeing you now. Let's see. Um, Wendy, good morning. Where are you writing from? Remind me. Well, Cheryl, that's why you're here, right? Because you can always learn something on my live streams. And yes, I have, Angie. I have actually communicated with Danny and Wanda. I watched a few of their porch time things and saw his sweet how to plant sweet potatoes because that's one of the big things he plants. And I haven't watched recently because this is the problem with creators who are working full time on their gardens or farms and their channel is you don't have time. I don't even have time to watch Patrick anymore and I love Patrick. So when I went to Mobile in 17, way back in 17, I went on my Southeast Gardens trip. I have a great playlist of videos from that trip. Started in Mobile, and I had written to Danny, and I was going to try to go over because he's in Louisiana, but I think it was 2 hours from Mobile, something like that, and we just didn't get communicate didn't get the wires straight and didn't get communicated, and so I didn't actually get to visit him and I wish I had. Cool cucumbers, are you asking me where what is my favorite plant to grow maybe? Oh boy, I would that would be tough. That would be so tough. My favorite plant to grow that is an annual is tomatoes, obviously, for obvious reasons. And I would say corn, except that you need space for corn. You got this one big stalk that's 6 to 8 feet tall, and it takes up this much space, and you're going to get 3 ears of corn on that. So it's just in a small urban garden, corn is tough. But tomatoes, for one tiny little seed. For example, I'm looking at those daikon radish seeds. One little seed produces one daikon radish. One seed, one vegetable. one leek seed, one onion seed, one vegetable, but one little tomato seed, and you can have, if you get lucky, you can have 50 pounds of tomatoes off of that vine. I mean, nothing is that I can think of is as productive as heirloom tomato plant, indeterminate heirloom tomato plant. So I have to go with tomatoes. And and you can preserve them. There's so many ways to use tomatoes, and yeah, everybody does, Cheryl. Let's see. Angie, no, that won't happen. Love you, but I will not be moving to Michigan. I've been to Michigan 3 times in my life. When I lived in New York, I shot a commercial for. I acted in a commercial for a national food product. Trying to think what it was. I think it was Taco Tico or something like. I don't even know if that still exists. And they flew me out to Detroit, put me up in a hotel. We did this commercial. That was my first time in Michigan. And then I was in Michigan when I was 6 months pregnant, going on up to a lake out in the middle of nowhere. And when I got back to the airport to be dropped off to the airport, I could not lift my right leg to get out of the car to go into the airport. That was interesting. What city was that? That was probably Detroit. So I spent the night in the emergency room. These big burly yellow clad firemen came into my hotel room to take me in the ambulance to the hospital. They walk into my hotel room and I said, I am not in labor. I just can't move my leg. And it all worked out. But that was my second trip to Michigan. And my third trip to Michigan was at the very end of my 2017 Europe trip. I flew from Brooklyn. Well, I flew from New York to Detroit. And we went way up to that beautiful vacation spot up there for a wedding. It was lovely. Let's see. Quality of life. Good morning. Oh, I thank you. I thank you for doing that. And I hope that my elongated story, you didn't leave during that and not hear me say thank you. Let's see. You know, Portia, I planted my cowpeas 2 weeks ago and nothing has happened. I am so disappointed because I say, if this is my last summer garden here, I am going to have cowpeas. That is a given. There's nothing going to be stopping that from happening. I don't know why they didn't sprout, except that we've had all this cool weather and I know they like heat. Let's see. Thank you, Portia, for reminding everyone. Hey, Melissa, how you doing today? Tell us where you're writing from, in case people don't recognize your name. And good grief, 60 tomato plants, Haffy. 6 inches of snow. Good grief. Remind me where you are. That's just what is with all this cold weather? It's so late. Late in the season. Thank you, Melissa, and I love and I love you back. Hey, Charles, Austin, Texas. Charles, boy, I can't read. Cherie. I saw CH, and that I looked like an L, and I just assumed it was Charles. No, Hi, Cherie from Austin, Texas. Are you a new person to my channel? Because I don't recognize your name. And I will be coming to Austin fairly frequently. So I could have a late bloomer gathering in Austin. My son is moving to Austin and looks like maybe sooner than November now, maybe September, October. They're buying a house. Uh, oh, right. I knew you're from Colorado. I'm so sorry. I just couldn't. I just my brain. Hey, Patrick, you're right. I am wearing. This is like what you would be wearing if you were in Ireland. Turtleneck, flannel shirt, and cashmere sweater. This is the only cashmere I have ever knitted, and it is the softest. And I did not do a good job knitting this sweater. I made it too big. You see, the shoulder seam should be here. The problem when you knit is, unlike with sewing, you make a sweater just like you make a if you were making it out of fabric on a sewing machine. You cut your pieces and then you sew your pieces together. So this is the sleeve piece and this is the bodice piece, right? So if you made this on fabric on a sewing machine and it was too far over, you could just sew that like that. But you can't do that with knitting because every stitch is connected to the next stitch. And I mean, you could sew it with a sewing machine, but then you'd have this huge, it's no good. Uh, oh, can you hear the birds, Chow? That's fantastic. What's your name, Chow, and where are you writing from? Because I don't recognize your channel name. And something tells me maybe you were born in 1979. If so, that's wonderful. Hmm. Cherie is new to my channel. Yes, I know. I know. I'm coming to Austin for the barbecue and the music and to meet gardeners. I just have to figure out when I'm coming because of all the. I am. I have my biggest garden ever, and my pineapple guavas don't come in until when was that? Luis, are you still there? Was that October or November that you came? Luis was the beneficiary also of my seed starting setup, which is why I didn't start seeds this year. And what I want to do is make a connection. Well, I've already made a connection. There is a fabulous restaurant. They call it online, they call it farm to table, but it's not, it is, I mean, they buy you everything from the farmer's market. Wow. Who did that? Who did that? Thank you, Top Chat. Somebody just donated $20 to my channel. I love you. Thank you so much. But what I want to do is for this restaurant is to buy my pineapple guavas and put something on the menu and mention me. Wouldn't that be awesome? Just for the month of November or something when they're coming. So that's my big plan. Rather than just giving them away as I have done in the past, I actually want to sell them. So wish me luck on that. Let's see. Cherie, you stay in touch with me because I will definitely be coming to Austin. There is no question about that. It was Angie's Pantry. Ah, thank you so much. Thank you, Angie. Oh, I hope you're right. Speaking of that, everybody, I know some people have already left, and we're getting close to 9 o'clock. I have heard nothing, zero, about the show. Now, if you've been watching, you know what I'm talking about. I got very, very excited. Had a big interview with a young man, and he led me to believe that this company was very interested in developing a show with me. And this is what I've wanted for 7 years to happen. So it couldn't happen at a better time because I'm on a big transition thing here. And so he passed the project off to a woman, and that woman has not gotten back to me. So, but that's what I want to happen, because if I can do that, then I can have help on the technical production side. I have so many ideas. I have so much inspiration that I could just offer up if I had help, and I don't have help. And I've said this before. I think one of the reasons that certain channels are so successful is because they have help, and they have a partner to split the duties. maybe somebody's shooting and another person's on camera and somebody's editing and then another person's developing ideas and doing the social media. I mean, there is so much work to do. I never feel like I even have a fraction of it all done. Hi, period. How you doing? It's good to hear from you. Yes, mulberry. If we're calling this color mulberry, um, somewhere between this and this, which is so similar, and this, it's my, you could call it cranberry, you could call it mulberry, you could call it a number of things. The name on the paint can was Colonial Red. So, but I just love this color. It's my favorite color. Haiku. Thank you. Yes, I noticed that. And thank you for telling me. And it's good to see you, Haiku. Remind us where you are. Yes, I know, Patrick. I'm going to try to look for that. Cheryl, when you make a comment to someone else, just make sure you say, if you're asking, just because it's the last one you see, don't just say what, because nobody knows what you're talking about. Just just reference your comment to a particular person. And Cherie, I don't know why you're saying yay. Uh-oh. Oh. Is it raining? Oh. My camera's right over there. Hold on a minute. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. I can get up. Stop. My sweater is attached to my chair. Okay. I am going to do something radical. I am going to turn this around so you can look at my garden while the rain is coming down, because you can't see it. Wait, let's see. There. There we go. Now you get a different view. How do you like that? How do you like that? Yeah, that's nice. Now you don't have to stare at the same thing. It's actually already 9 o'clock, so tell me how long you guys want to go. This little table is cheaply made and it's never level and it always is in danger of falling over. And I think I'm sideways, but that's okay. I am a little bit sideways in life, so. I'm just hearing my first plane, which is really, really something. So, yes, Cheryl has been here twice, and Cheryl's a new patron of my channel. Period. You probably missed that because I mentioned it, I think, before you got on. My flowers look awesome, Kevin. Thank you. Hi, Nadia. Where are you writing from? Yes, I'm fine, Cheryl. Let's see. Thank you, Kevin. Sorry. Sorry, I was just moving everything around. The problem is when you're doing these live streams, you're limited by the camera in the computer or your phone, which is even worse than a laptop. This is a laptop, and if I do it, the best picture is going to be on my good computer in there. It's going to have the best camera in it. But I cannot bring that big honking computer out here. I can't carry it anywhere. It's extremely heavy. So it has to be this, It's too bad, but I don't know any other way to do that. You're just limited by, and I hate the way I look. Oh my gosh, you're either washed out or you're too dark or I don't know, whatever. But the whole garden looks, to me, it looks totally washed out. Is that the way it looks to you guys? Portia, are you talking to me about roses? Let's see. Oh, buckwheat. Oh, I missed it. I missed that. Haiku, did you remind us where you are? Um, Period. Let's keep the conversation on gardening. Okay. Thanks. Otherwise, I'm going to just have to, block you. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Haiku, tell me where you are again. And buckwheat. Okay, Cherie, buckwheat is fantastic. Buckwheat is a cover crop. That's how you use it. You plant it between seasons, or if you want to, use a bed and then you want to let it rest and give it some nutrition, you plant buckwheat, and then you chop it down before and you let it bloom. It's so pretty. In fact, I'll put a link up there of when I did that in my parkway. I did the whole 6.5 feet by 14 feet in buckwheat, and it was so pretty. And then right before right after it flowers, before it goes to seed, you cut it down, and then you can either turn it over or just leave it there and let it meld. And I've done that a couple of times, and it gives a lot of nutrition to Portia. I need to do that, actually. This is the best crop of roses. Actually, you can't see them. Let's turn this way. There we go. This is the best crop of roses I've ever had from this particular plant. There's actually, I got one plant from him. No, I guess I got two. They're different strands of it. It's all the same. It's an heirloom rose. And I'm having to put something under the leg. And I really sprayed them with Captain Jack's bug. Supposed to be for organic gardening. I used that. And I also used neem. And I gave them a good spray when they were just budding. And I was hoping. And so the roses are, they start looking bad when they get open, but at least they're opening. I mean, in years past, it would get just to the bud stage, and then the stem underneath the bud would turn brown, and it would just dry up. Hate that. Let me turn this way. There we go. Okay. Did somebody else? Traveling RV life. Thank you so much. Are you? I, I have a friend who's traveling in an RV, and I thought maybe that was the name of her channel now. So, what is your name? Um, because I don't think it's the same. Let's see. But I'll try to get. I haven't picked up coffee grounds in a while, Portia, so I'll do that. But thank you so much for that donation, Wendy. Blueberry starters. Yeah, I'm sure you can get them online. Who has blueberry plants? Does anybody know who has blueberry plants online right now? Let's see. Nadia, did you tell me where you're writing from? I got behind in my comments. Let's see. Thank you, Angie. Well, it took a lot of work, and I did have help from Eric, who I pay once. I used to pay him once a week, and I think he's going to be here on Saturday. Unfortunately, I won't be here. I don't know. Dorinda from West Virginia, but traveling due to husband's job, just starting channel. Wonderful. Well, you're starting an RV channel, and there's so much interest in that. So if you make good quality videos, you'll probably get a lot of people watching because people love that. And I would just watch all the good ones and see how they're making videos. And if your goal is just to document what you're doing and you're not trying to make money, that's one thing. But if you're trying to make money on YouTube, first of all, you got to have at least, to make any money, really, you have to have at least 40,000 subscribers. I'm not even there yet. I'm getting there. But so in the beginning, most people start channels because they want to document what they're doing and share it. And just inspire people to do what you're doing. Let's see. I wish I could get. It just doesn't seem to be that coordinated and organized. Where I am, there's no back of the coffee bean or the Starbucks. I don't know how I could make something like that happen. Good morning, Richard. Sunny weather. Yeah, well, it's not sunny here. Let's see. Thank you, Cherie. I really appreciate that. Thank you, William. I appreciate you saying that. Yes, Angie is saying for me to give you a shout out to. I wish if you have some time this weekend. I know it's a holiday weekend, and Memorial Day, and we want to give thanks for that. All that denotes. But if you have some time to watch my channel this weekend, that would be awesome because views are really down, and things are like going like this on the graph. They're pointing down instead of pointing up, and you always want your views going up and your subscribers going up. And if you have any time, just check out my playlists. I've got so many playlists, travel playlists, cooking, you name it. Just go to my homepage, click on playlists, and see what is interesting to you today. Wow. You're going to try to garden while you're traveling. That would be interesting. That would really be interesting. And I'm sure people would find that interesting if you're able to film that and do all of that. But you've got a big load, traveling RV life. You got a big load there. if you're trying to homeschool and travel and wow. Okay. My hat's off to you. Let's see. Moringa. No, I don't have moringa growing, Kevin. If you're talking about that right there, that's the African blue basil. Even though it's called blue basil, the flowers are purple. And I'm always talking about it. It's the only sterile hybrid basil. And so you have to buy a plant. There are no seeds. If there were seeds, this stuff would be all that I would have. But I planted 4 plants in the beginning, and I still just have 4 plants. So, but it's the number one choice for bees. Number one, hands down. They love borage, but borage comes and goes, and this is all year long. It's here blooming all year. So they put that on their emails. Those bees, they know where to go for that. And what's interesting is the flowers are purple, but the stamen, the pollen, is orange. And when their back legs get really packed, they have these thighs on their back legs that are like bright orange. Of course, that's hard to see because a bee is small to start with, and the little orange thing is that big. But I have managed to photograph that in the past. Daryl makes a very good point. RV traveling life. Absolutely, the best point is sprouts. You can have mini greens. Is it called mini greens, or sprouts of any kind? And you can always have health and nutrition while you're traveling. Be incredible if you had some sort of raised bed on the top of a whole RV. Wouldn't that be awesome? You'd have to have some way to protect it, though. But that's what I'd be thinking about. Happy, you're talking to me and you're asking for a cooking video? Yeah, let's see. The only thing I have, oops, the only thing I have is celery, and that's all bolting, and a little bit of lettuce. Oh, the lettuce is bolting. Darn, got to get that eaten. I wouldn't be cooking the lettuce. I could make a salad, but are people going to tune in for a salad, making a salad video? I doubt it, unless I had some really special salad dressing or something. I have calamine limes, but it'd just be like 1 or 2. And I have green onions. Not a lot. I'm in between times. Oh, thank you, Richard. Thank you. How many Twitter followers do you have? I should have done that too, and I didn't do it. Let's talk about this. Let's see. I don't know Angie's pan. I don't know Angie. I haven't tried. I did try to. I cut off one and I just stuck it back in a pot, and I wanted to see if it would reroot because, and it didn't. It just died. Unlike citronella, when I was visiting Felice, she's the cooking person. But the second, I went back over there. I made that fabulous cooking video, Haffy and everybody, where she was making she's such a great chef, and she was making the gnocchi from scratch. That video didn't get that many views, and I'm going, I can't afford to leave here and be gone for a day and then spend a day editing, a whole day, 2 whole days, and only get 1,500 views. I can't do that. When you have a channel, you have to be thinking that you have to get 10% of your number of subscribers on every single video, and that's not happening. So that either means that I don't have as many active subscribers as I need, or it means that the content is not universal enough to attract more eyeballs. So that's another thing a creator is always thinking: what is going to attract the eyeballs? Because especially if I decide, for example, like the last two videos, I decided to bring my sound editor back in. I've had a lot of conversations about this, and that's Zachary over there. You hear that kid back there? That's Zachary. They're probably getting ready to go to church. Hey, Zachary! Zachary!
Yeah?
Can you come here for a second?
Zachary's getting Leo right
Oh, okay. He's getting what?
now. Leo.
Oh, okay. The cat got out again. Oh, boy. Anyway, so, that means that I need to get 3,100 views on every single video. And that only happens about 1 out of every 10 times. And that needs to happen within a week, because you get your most views the first 3 or 4 days. That's it. Did you find him?
Yeah.
Come here and say hi. I'm going to have you say hi to Zachary. Come say hi. There he is. Hi. How are you?
Good.
How you doing? How's school? Are you tired? Did you find him? You found him? Yeah. His cats get out. Both of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You want to just tell anybody what you're doing now in school, or are you doing any gardening in school now?
Oh, my dad wants me.
Oh, okay. See ya. Say bye.
Bye.
Anyway, they are moving away. So sad. Let's see. Okay, where are we here? Can you manage a few properties or a hotel? You seem Cheryl, let's get one thing straight. I am an actor. Okay, that's why I'm in Los Angeles. So, and that, if I did something like that, then I would be just doing that, and I wouldn't be gardening, and I wouldn't have a channel. So, okay, here we go. Let's see. Everybody's saying hi to Zachary. He's adorable. Big hugs. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Therese, where are you writing from? I've forgotten. Thank you, Beth. So do I. I adore him. I'm gonna. Okay. So, all right, everybody. It seems like things are kind of dying down here. And oh yeah, Gulfport. Somebody else. Oh no, that was you. That was you that said that you're from down there. So I am going to sign off, guys. And I just I don't think I'm going to do Sunday mornings anymore. I don't know how that hits all of you, because I know you guys tune in, Happy, and you're always with me. But I know a lot of people go to church, and a lot of people that watch my channel go to church, and there's just no way, even if I'm at 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock or to Sunday morning's bad. So it's good for me. Because it's quiet here, so I can do outside in the garden. But this is also the best time. Sunday morning is the best time to do everything because it's quiet. Sunday morning is the best time for me to shoot a garden video. And I've always shot on Sunday mornings. And since I've been doing the live streams on Sunday mornings, I haven't been shooting on Sunday mornings. So I've had to find time during the week when it's noisy to shoot, which makes it much harder editing when there's so much noise. And I see that William just sent me an email, and I will respond to that, William, when I get a chance. And thank you, Angie. I really appreciate that. And um, yeah, Cherie, Cherie. So let me know what is a good time for the people who are still here. Here, what is a good time to have? Yes, I need a sitcom, Cheryl. That goes without saying. I did work on a few, but I never had my own. I never was starring on one. Oh, speaking of acting and everything, everybody, I don't know if you guys, my heart almost skipped a beat. And maybe everybody in the world knows this, but me. But I've been pretty out of touch. But Downton Abbey, which is my all-time favorite TV show ever, is coming as a movie, and I cannot wait. When I saw the preview for that, I had to start a watch party on Facebook. My heart was just palpitating. I love that show so much, and I actually got to meet Lord, what's his name? Hugh. Hugh is the plays the Earl or the Lord or whatever, and he's a wonderful actor and a wonderful guy. And he came and spoke in Hollywood at a women's industry breakfast, and I got to meet him, and he was so nice. I got a picture with him, and so I can't wait for that. For all you Downton fans, um, and how can you not be fans of Downton if you're fans of gardening? Because the English gardens are just to die for. Uh, that's true. Period. Absolutely. Anytime is good for Tina. Okay, that's good to know. And thank you, Tina. Yes, I have. Uh, Saturdays are better. Yeah, I think. Portia, good point. Durbunny, Durbunny, I just am now seeing you. I'm sorry I didn't say hello earlier. Um, I know, I know, I know. I can't wait. Most of the original actors are there. Um, oh, Darbunny is new. And where are you writing from? I just want to find out real quick before I sign off. And I tell you what I'm going to do. Well, it's funny you should say that, Mr. Tom. I worked on Saturday Night Live for 3 years doing bit parts in the 1980s. And I worked with Eddie Murphy and Billy Crystal. And I was never in a scene with Julia Louis Dreyfus, but I did, of course, talk to her and meet her. Everybody was very nice. Um, San Diego, Darbunny, we have another person from San Diego on this chat. So next time, Darbunny, if you're a new subscriber, just make sure you watch for this. And I promise what I'm going to do before I do another live stream, which will be in about a week, I will get this software on here so that I can do a beta and I can let you know. So it will be scheduled and you'll know everyone will know when it's happening. I have procrastinated doing this because the whole technology thing just bugs me. And so, okay. Okay, guys. That's a good point, Portia. I just saw yesterday something about seeds last for a very long time, and it listed the various seeds, and it was saying bean seed lasts for 6 to 8 years, which is surprising considering my cappies did not come up. Um, and Daryl is a big proponent of every year to plant something new that you've never planted before, and I feel like I must have done that. By the way, Daryl, I don't know if you can see it back there, but that, let's see. Yeah, the stevia plant is that you gave me is in that container right there. It's still alive. I haven't put it in anything larger. And I'm yes, I know, Happy. I was worried about you. And I'm also worried about Angie because Angie is my mainstay. um, or was, and Patrick, you can look me up on imdb.com, and it's all listed there. And it's, you know, there needs to be much more there. But for the last 7 years, I've been doing this, waiting for the phone to ring. And while waiting for the phone to ring, I have been creating an urban garden paradise. So, uh, oh, blonde scales. I'm just now seeing you. Where are you writing from? Lucas, fantastic. Lucas, do you have a garden, and where are you writing from? We've already been on for an hour and a half, guys, and I was just about to sign off, so I'm glad I'm seeing you, Lucas, and Blonde Scales 1. So just write me real quick and tell me where you're writing from. Yeah, that's an issue. Period. That's definitely an issue. Go to Atlanta. Arkansas. Okay. Okay, Cherie. Did you direct sow the beans into the container? And how big are they so far? Beans grow very well in a raised bed, very well. And I have grown baby lima beans in containers. I haven't. They don't. It doesn't produce that many, but you can do it. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Lucas is writing from San Francisco. It's fantastic. Um, um, Lucas, I thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you go to the very top of this chat, you can find ways to support this channel so that I can keep going this year. And I appreciate that. And I will make sure you hit the bell for notifications, everybody. And also, can you please give me a thumbs up before I go? And be watching for my announcement. If you all follow my community page or check into my community page, I post everything that's coming up on my community page. If I have a new video or if I have a live stream coming up, it will be posted on my community page. So make sure you go and check out that, check out my playlists, and watch a bunch of videos this weekend if you can, so that graph goes up instead of going down. And yes, well, why don't you suggest that to her, Mr. Tom, and we'll see if she's interested. We were in touch in the beginning, but she took took off, and I haven't heard from her in years. So uh but she's a perfect example of what I was saying before, is when you have help. Her husband's the cameraman, so she can focus on this, he can focus on the technical side, and it just makes it so much easier if you have help. uh let's see. US Bronxy, thank you for doing that, for saying that. And Delhi, thank you. And let's see. Thank you. Thank you. These are no longer made. I thought these were lost. I left them on the back deck when I did a live stream, and the girl living here found them after I couldn't find them for a week, and I'd already called the eyeglass place, and she said they don't make that style anymore. And I thought, I like this style, so I'm glad we found them. Okay, everybody, thanks so much for tuning in, and uh, period. I just want to point out that everybody here is learning about gardening. It's not all just about constantly, talking to get people to listen or to look at you. You ask a question, people answer. Um, that's weird. So everybody, thank you, Dennis, for tuning in. Thank you, Deli Gardening. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And Kevin, thanks so much. Love you. Love to Florida. Okay. Everybody, bye. Hit the yard. Everybody's going gardening. Uh, and thank you, Carmen. Ah, I, I don't know why I didn't remember that, Daphne. I'm sorry. It's a beautiful name, and I just for a second didn't remember. So bye. You may have seen a hummingbird. They're flying around here all the time. Um, thank you, Mr. Tom. That's a great idea. When Tammy was here yesterday, she said she puts on my channel when she's making her flowers. These flowers. You didn't get to see this, Mr. Tom. I think you tuned in later. I mentioned this. These are beautiful flowers. You'll be seeing this on my next video that I shot with them. And if anybody is thinking about coming to Los Angeles and would like to spend some time in my garden with me, please leave me a comment below because this is the summer to do it. Okay. Um, okay, everybody. I really enjoyed being here, and I hope you did too. Have a happy Memorial Day, and be sure and watch for my notifications for what's coming up next. I don't have one particularly scheduled, but there will be one next weekend, probably on Saturday. And Happy follows me, so I know Happy will be there. So thank you so much. Love to all of you, and have a great weekend. And thanks for following Late Bloomer.